Alright, I hope you guys are ready for this one. Buckle in. We have a dev interview that had gone down a little bit ago, a few days ago rather, and this interview kind of talked about some really important stuff regarding like stories, pilgrims, and like what they planned with stuff, and how they did stuff and like lied to us completely in a way, or we just misspeculated a lot of like the story elements, and those key points were wrong actually, and their plan that they have for them is much different than what we speculated, which is the thing that actually made me find this article. Someone on Reddit was crying like, no dude, I cannot believe that this was the case, that it was different, and it's funny, but yeah, we thought I'd share it with you. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, house out of time. This is a dev interview for all the pilgrim stuff. There was a little like drop that the queen will be like kind of revealed in a pretty good time, so stay tuned for that also, and it's cool. All right, so yeah, let's hop into it. So this is the entire post over here. Nikke Red Ash director interview. The concept is what a wonderful farewell. I think it's about time to show the queen the correct answer. Oh damn. But yeah, let's see what they cooked up here. So the event Red Ash was held on the occasion of the first anniversary in Nikke Goddess of Victory. Here again, named Nikke. To be honest, there are probably many commanders or users who are on guard before the game starts. The reason for that is basically Overzone, right? Which was wow, was performed on the half anniversary, was too heart-wrenching. When the lid was opened, a beautiful way of parting was created that took full advantage of the friendship of the Goddess Squad and Red Hood's character. While it was, or has many tragic developments, it also manages to make people cry in a moving way, like this time, which is what you'd expect on Nikke, which is very true. To be honest, if I had seen something like Overzone 2, my heart would have died, so I was relieved. But while the foreshadowing that had been laid out so far was recovered, the event also revealed a new mystery, which again, they'll talk about in this entire thing. It's like they're talking about basically like what's happening in this interview, but we'll get to that in a second. As a commander, I was concerned that I quickly sent an email to the director of development and Shift Up. We asked them about the concept of Red Ash, the meaning behind the event named Oswald, Frisia, the number 1 fairy tale model, and more. So read on without blinking an eye. And that's the entire interview over here. Thank you for your hard work on the first anniversary. What was your response to the first anniversary event? Index, it exceeded Overzone, but more than anything, I'm glad that all commanders had fun playing the game. I also feel fulfilled, and my motivation has increased. I will continue to do my best to deliver good content and stories in the future. Please tell us the concept of Red Ash. The concept in question, what a wonderful farewell. I wanted to talk about how each person deals with a breakup in a situation where the breakup has already been decided. Red Hood was the main character of Red Ash, and has decided that she must part with everyone. Realize that the translation is going to be very wonky here, so if I mess up or try to read this in a way, it's because, again, like for example, translations here will be a little bit weird. As again, it's just a little mistranslated, right? So just keep that in mind. There are many breakups in Nikke, but up until now, I only focused on depicting those breakups in a tragic way. But in the case of Red Hood, I didn't want to portray it as tragedy. Kind of did, bro. It's like it was miserable. There are many ways to say goodbye, but we focused on the one that seemed the coolest. The visuals are also impressive. The concept is simple and clear. I wanted to depict the heyday of the Goddess Squad. All members included, the commander and leader were present. Their clothes and personalities were somewhat different, and they had their own names or means of transportation, right? So again, we have this entire thing over here. Each of the Goddess Squad, like this image just breaks my soul, dude. It just breaks my soul. But yeah, entire image over here. From story 2, the wordplay of the logo changed from Red Ash to Reed Ash as a restart, right? Really cool stuff there. Was quite a smart production. Please tell us the meaning behind the event name. The scenario team was particular about the name of the event, according to the screenwriter. Since the story features Red Hood as the main character, it felt necessary to change it from Red or to include Red in the title, right? When we saw the letters Red, he came up with the idea of separating the titles as Re, creating that title with some meaning, right? Restart, basically, right? Because like Re-Zero in a way. So I searched the combination of words that would work and then connected Re to make a powerful, meaningful word. Red Ash to Reed Ash, right? It's a very cool thing. I liked what they did there. It's a little nice little Easter egg. If you saw it, you understood like, damn, not bad, all right? Not bad. After deciding on the title, I started writing the story. In other words, we created Red Ash in order, or in the order that we decided on the title first, and then wrote the story to match the title. Personally, when I first heard the title from the scenario, I had a hunch this would be definitely a wonderful story. I was surprised to see Oswald appear. Was your appearance decided over Overzone? Oswald is a person who's wait a second. Yes. So yes, and then that's the person's name again. So if I don't say that, that's the person's name. Yes, Oswald is a person who has an inseparable relationship with the Goddess Squad. In Overzone, he is portrayed as a villain, but in Red Ash, he has a different impression. The aim was to create a sense of foreignness created by two contradictory positions. Screw Oswald. All my homies hate Oswald. Was the song Thanks to the Goddesses written under Dorothy because of its meaning in Overzone? All the members of this, she really struggled. There are words of gratitude for Dorothy, and they are also words that her development team would like to send her. Oswald has his own portrait, so it is possible that he will appear in the future, but will he be significantly involved in the story? Yes, Oswald will play a role of connecting the legend of the Goddess Force, which has once ended on the ground of the Ark, or to the Ark. I mean, he's going to be very involved. There are many more stories about Oswald, so I hope to delve deeper into them someday. I hope that day comes. What the fudge, bro? So yeah, Oswald coming back, boys. Oswald coming back to, spread more treachery. In obviously the latest story, he wasn't that bad, but we all know what Oswald truly did, bro. We all know what Oswald truly did. There is a theory that Frisia is Laplace or Alice. What do you think of this? I think when they say Laplace, they mean Roppy. Right, I'm pretty sure about that. I'm sorry to hear this answer will be a bit disappointing, but yes, not Roppy. I think it's Roppy trying to say there, but if it's Laplace, my bad. I think it's Roppy. Or Alice. Frisia will be given a different role in the future. So, for everyone speculating this, you are all wrong. Everyone speculated this. Let me just check real quick, because the translation always comes out like that. If I search Nikke after that, it might work or it might not. Let's find out right now. Yeah, it's Roppy, so just keep that in mind, it's Roppy. But yeah. Everyone in my community speculated that it was one of these two. And was it? It's not, dude. So massive L for us. Huge rip. It was a trend to reveal the shocking information at the end of the minigames. It will be the erosion that is speaking to Cinderella, or is it the Queen? Erosion. So not the Queen. It was described that as if he had an ego or she had an ego, but I hope to have the opportunity to talk about that someday. So again, keep that in mind. That was not the Queen talking to her at the end of the minigame. That was in fact the decay, or whatever you want to call it. So keep that again in mind. When is the story between Red Ash and Overzone scheduled to be told? The timing has not been decided yet. Even if the timing of the event had been decided, I'm not able to tell you about that. Lol. So basically, again, they're not going to tell us, but we know what's going to happen. Literally, it's the next Annie whenever that happens, which is months from now. So again, that's when they're going to continue the story, and it'll be a story bridging the gap between Red Ash, Overzone, and maybe further than that. We'll see what happens, but that is what's going to happen soon. So realize that now. That is their plan to handle it and finish up the story. But not finish it up, keep it going, right? If Dorothy fought with the assumption that her clothes would get dirty, how strong would she be? Great question. To borrow the words from the past, Dorothy has a natural talent for using her body. Hey, yo. It's unlikely, but if Dorothy fights as savagely as she can, I think she'll be the strongest in the Goddess Squad, with the exception of Lilyweiss. Hey, yo. Damn, Dorothy the strongest in Goddess Squad? Kind of makes sense, but if she fights as savagely as she can, she'll be the strongest. Damn. That's why Richard says it. I'm strong, but my allies are stronger. You know what I mean? Dude, Dorothy just built different, but yeah, Lilyweiss is built more different. You know what I mean? So, remember that, what was it? Lilyweiss beat the crap out of Scarlet, and then everyone else knows how strong Lilyweiss is, so they don't mess with her. Funniest thing ever, but yeah. Very cool thing there. She is the strongest out of the bunch. Scarlet, who? There was a discussion about Lilith Queen, but I heard that the Queen was born from before the Rapture invasion. Is that part going to be revealed in the main story? The story will be told in the main story, or an important event story. I've been hiding it with various gimmicks, but I think it's time to show you the correct answer. When Lilith ran away from Cinderella, she said, "You guys have an important job to do." But what is that important job? Okay, I'm curious. Let's see. Lilyweiss clearly knew that there were... See, I completely jumped here, but just know, they're trying to say that they're going to reveal it real soon, like the Queen and everything. That's what they've been saying this entire post. So just keep in mind, I don't know when they're going to reveal the Queen. If it rather be that new side story content they're doing, whether it be in main story, or whether it be that they have a plan for just the half Annie to reveal it, the next half Annie, right? Because again, you need to realize it's only like what, 4 months away till the half Annie kicks up. So to them, they could just say that soon. But again, we just don't know what's going to happen. But it could be a main story thing where they hop in and they show you the Queen and finally reveal that. We just don't know, right? So as of right now, just keep that. But if they do reveal the Queen soon, which in my prediction, my speculation, the Queen gets revealed soon, and that might be your half Annie, right? Like, that could be the case, because that's how they did. They revealed Red Hood how early, and then Red Hood popped up later on as the character when we had our next Pilgrim banner, right? So Could be the case where in the main story, in the next month or two, they reveal to you the queen, and the queen is the half Addy. It's like, I'm just talking on my rear here, but it could happen. Just keep that in mind, all right? But yeah. So what's that important job? Lily Weiss is clearly known that there are, or clearly knew that there are hope of humanity, and they didn't want that hope to be undermined. Lily Weiss decided that if they continue to fight Anacure, okay, they should be able to defeat him, but the goddess force would also suffer heavy damage in that situation, in which humanity would likely lose, and it was necessary to avoid cracking the last hope at all costs. Is the is the change of thinking planned to be depicted in the event? Yes. Snow White, there are numbers of the right shoulder of Innocent Days, but I guess these are the numbers of the fairy tale model. That's right, fairy tale model 2 is Dorothy, number 3 is Rapunzel, number 4 is Snow White, and number 5 is Red Hood. That Gurren is not a fairy tale model, and number 1 is a lost number and is permanently discontinued. Okay. Moving forward, that minigame MOG was such a high quality that it wouldn't be strange if it was released as a standalone app. How long does the production take? Each person in charge of the game worked on the development in their spare time from their duties, so the development period differed to each element, or for each element included in the game. I think the production period was approximately 3 to 6 months, including R&D, prototypes, and conceptualization. Damn. That is an insane thing to think about, 3 to 6 months, but it's also true that it was like a side project, right? It was something that we cooked up as they finished their main duties, which is whatever they're cooking up now, and they worked on this. So it understands like why it took 3 to 6 months, but that's nuts, dude. 36 months. Holy crap. 36 months, not 3 to 6 months, all right? I just hope that there was a fun minigame for all commanders. We would like to work hard and provide even more diverse and interesting minigames from now on. Realize now that if they were to do this properly, they could turn this into a side mode. Like, there is no issue. If they just give us like a thing every single day, like if we do this every day, we get like a daily like checklist or like gifts, and then like extra whatever if we reach 10 minutes of playtime, or like reach level 1 or level 2. Like, they could do so much, bro. Make like a leaderboard. It resets every season. They could turn this into an actual core content. That is how good this mode is. But will they? Probably no. They're just gonna turn this into a side game. But like, they have to understand, like, this is good at its foundation. Now just give it a leaderboard, right? Give it a leaderboard, and you get a reward every 1 week, every season, whether it be gems, whether it be core dust, whether it be just various rewards. I'd grind this garbage for core dust, dog. Not that it's garbage, but I'm trying to say I grind. I'm not insulting it. I'm trying to say I grind it for core dust. That's how down bad on materials I am, and I'm okay with it. I would consider that content, but again, I still also want to see on the side at some point they introduce something for everyone that's trying to build characters, right? That's still cool too. So there are a lot of great songs. If you want to read through this part over here, it's about all the songs and everything. I will skip this part just because, but there's a lot of song stuff. They were talking about all the emotions and everything. Nikke, when it comes to like the music lately, has been nuts, and they know that too because they asked you who should we collaborate with when it comes to making music for the game. They asked that, and they kind of knew why. They knew everyone loved these songs, right? So just keep that in mind. But we'll continue onwards over here. Red Hood has finally appeared, but please tell us your thoughts on the character Red Hood. Red Hood is a character who doesn't want you. Okay, break up to turn into a tragedy, and does everything in her power to make that happen. She does not run for herself, but for her loved ones, and everyone on the scenario team felt that the romance in that. In addition, we have gathered all the elements that would come in mind when you think of romance. If I had to describe Red Hood in one word, I would say it's romance itself. When I reread the main story, I was surprised to see the talkative, say, fairy tale model Red Hood in chapter 4. Was it decided from that time that you would release that Red Hood would appear in the first anniversary? Food was decided. Okay, but the timing of its release was not decided. So the character, I'm guessing, we had the idea of introducing it around the timing of the important update, but we didn't decide on the first anniversary at that timing. The exact time of release, Red Ash, was decided around the time of Overzone when that was released. From then on, I started making various preparations. That's how it went, right? That's why we kept seeing small little nudges or nods at Red Hood. So that's why, right? Does the story of Red Hood and Rappi be depicted in future events? That's right. I hope you're looking forward to it. Let's go, dude. Yeah. So we're gonna see this soon, I'm guessing, in the future. Whether it be a side story, a main event, and the main campaign, we don't know, but it will happen. So when Red Hood says drill with an anime, they're talking about Gurren Lagann, right? Is that true? That's right. I think that is the work that awakened many people to romance and passion in particular. The main scenario writer is a big fan of that work. I wanted to show my love for it as a fan by paying homage through that of Red Hood, right? Very cool stuff there. Will Fairy Tale Model number 1 appear in the future, or has it already appeared? There are no plans to make it appear in the near future. Look at that. Great. One word changes the whole statement. There's no plans to make it appear in the future. Read that again. Near future. They're going to probably save this, dude. They're going to hype this one up. They're like, Fairy Tale Model 1 is going to go crazy. So yeah, be prepared for that. It has now been confirmed that the Fairy Tale model is based on the Grimm fairy tales, but there are more than 20 stories of the famous Grimm fairy tales. Is it possible that characters based on the Grimm fairy tales will appear in the future? It is a possibility. It is mentioned that the Fairy Tale model was produced upon a second generation in the era of Red Ash, but since the second generation exists, I think it is unreasonable to assume that subsequent generations will also exist. Also, the motive is not only based on the Grimm brothers fairy tale, a relatively new fairy tale may be introduced. Wow. Does that mean that all the mass-produced models have the same face as Lappy? Not so. There are several categories of mass-produced faces, and body types. The face of Lappy, when it was mass-produced in Nikke, is just one of the categories. That's kind of what they were saying also in the entire thing. I hope I get the chance to tell you more about this part soon. So, this is a kind of important thing in a low-key element, so hopefully that does look cool. We're at the end of the article almost, so just keep that in mind. I'm sorry. I've been, like, rambling on here. I apologize, all right? And I'm sorry. The translation seems very off, so I've tried my best to break it into parts, but let's just go with it. There's a little off topic, but I was surprised to see that Reptilian appear in Chapter 26. Do you feel like the content of the side quest will be intertwined with the main story in the future? It's currently in the only case where a side quest has been incorporated into the main quest. What Reptilian experiences in the side quest was greatly influenced the direction of the main story going forward. What I can say clearly is that the main character's objectives will change drastically with that. Please look forward to future story developments. In addition to the above, please let us know if there are any particular production details or elements that users may not be aware of. There are various special effects such as the scrolling, field, and timing of the highlight hold you tight part of this over here. I also create some Easter eggs to pay homage to Overzone. I'd like to introduce them. I wonder if people noticed it. First in Redash, Snow White says to Red Hood, it was an honor to fight alongside you, but this line and composition of the event scene are the same as Pina's in Overzone. Damn. Did you notice that? Let me know in the comments if you noticed that. I literally asked, that's how I was talking to you, dude. I looked left, I'm like, hey, yo, did you notice that, chat? Let me know. No, I'm not even sure he did. But yeah, did you notice that? I'm curious. Wow. Also in the field of Red Ash, Dorothy says to Snow White, how are you feeling? This line is homage to that. Snow White says to Dorothy, in Overzone, are you okay? Don't push yourself too hard. Finally, Oswald's theme song, thanks to Goddess, is placed in front of Dorothy. This is an Easter egg that hints the relationship between the two in Overzone. I wanted to include a gimmick that utilized field radio, but due to the lack of time, things didn't go as planned. I would like to include this when adding Red Ash events to the archive in the future. And that is the entire thing. So, what a wonderful thing. It gives us a lot of confirmations. Ralphie is not that character. It's somebody else that will play a role in the future. Basically, you know, they do want to introduce the Fairy Tale Model 1, but that's not now. That's in the future. Way long future. We don't know when that's going to happen. Like, literally, Dorothy is the strongest of the bunch that's not Lily-wise, which is kind of crazy, if she fights savagely, right? They do want to also introduce the Queen soon. They said that multiple times, so they want to talk about that someday. Earlier on, you saw that they said they wanted to talk about that in the near future, or soon, right? Next up again, this over here, just like the work they did throughout everything. I mean, for what it is, I mean, it's a great article, but damn, when are we gonna see this? Half anytime, but who knows? Maybe they're trying to like hint the new Pilgrim will release in the storyline soon, and then pop up as your half any later on. Could be the case. So take care, have fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for making it so freaking long. I'm sorry, but yeah, have fun.